We can find her.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, man, right there you just heard it. We can find her. I just finished watching HUM:NS. Like, I was about to say Heroes. I'm getting too excited. HUM:NS episode 3. Man, I loved it, man. Okay, before we begin, man, if you haven't had opportunity to watch HUM:NS episode 3, stop listening now. Major spoilers. Here we go. Woo, man. What an emotional roller coaster of an episode. First off, let me just get my pad out real quick, okay? Let me put my pad down and move my recorder to the side. Okay, Anita was hit by a car this episode, and I'm sitting here eating some Raisin Bran and just enjoying the morning, you know, watching some HUM:NS, and I almost choked. Like, I'm serious, man. It came out of nowhere. I thought the boy was gonna get hit, but she ends up getting hit, and it's so emotional, man. Let me kind of break everything down. Okay, so episode 2 at the end, when during my podcast, I made a prediction. I said that the father and son would return from their bike ride, and then they would stop the mom from taking Anita back. Well, that's what happened, except the teenage boy takes the lead on this rescue mission for Anita to get Anita away from the mother, and he takes off on his bike, cuts across a couple of shortcuts, and then, like, he's not paying attention. He's just, he's determined to get Anita back. And something happens to where there's like a traffic jam, maybe an accident up ahead or a roadblock or something like that. And Anita, she's in the back seat of the minivan while the mother's driving, and they're parked, inside of the traffic jam, and the kid just darts across the street. Well, in the rear view mirror, they show you that there's a vehicle coming, a van, and it's going to hit the kid, because it's trying to go around the traffic jam, and it's really not paying attention. It's going, like, let's say 35 in a 15 to 20 mile per hour zone. So Anita, she jumps out of the van from the back, and she puts her hand out, to stop the vehicle, like stop. And for some reason, I guess, I don't know, maybe it was because, like I said, it was going a little too fast. It hits her straight head on, and it's so violent, the sound that this makes, man. Like, I cringed, man, and I began to choke on my Raisin Bran, and then after that, man, I just broke down in tears because I didn't know what the hell happened, man. And they don't show you, what happened to Anita until I guess, I don't know, until they feel like it. So the kid, he's okay. He just he falls off his bike, after Anita kind of pushes him out of the way. And she's so fast. I don't know, man. She's faster than the other Synths as of right now. And I keep saying Synths. I don't know why. Probably because of Star Wars. But anyway, the mother runs up to the kid, to her son, and she's like, why did you do that? You know how dangerous bikes are and how many people get killed. She gives out these statistics. So I'm thinking that something happened to someone. Either another one of their kids got killed, because the reaction for her towards her son was just over the top, man. Really, really exaggerated. And the kid also says that mom lost her shit again. She just kind of exploded on me, and I was like, okay, so this has happened before, and that's why she took a break, and that's what led, the husband to get Anita. So everything's starting to come to pieces and come together, and I love how everything's slowly revealed inside of HUM:NS, man. It takes its time, but it's also excellent storytelling. So Anita, she's laying on the ground, her neck is broken, her arm is broken, her hip is broken, and her legs are just all sorts of, tangled up, man. And she looks like a little pretzel, and they end up, how do you want to say it? The husband catches up to the mother, and then the daughter comes also. So you have the whole entire family there on this scene of this accident, and the mother, she gets placed into a position to where she looks as if she doesn't care about Anita. And the father, all he saw was that Anita saved their son. And the sister saw it, and the other sister. So everybody's like, yeah, Anita, yeah, you're doing good. And they kind of push the mother to the back burner. And check this out, man. Check this out. So Anita, she's sitting there on the back of the trunk where the van is at. And, you know, she's kind of in a daze, but she's telling everybody that she's okay, that her synth body can take, you know, a hit. And it's not like, you know, a human body, and et cetera, et cetera. And she can repair herself as long as you get her home. Well, we know that the boy, you know, drove up or rode up on a bicycle. The husband tells Anita, you're up front. And then the mom has to do this, I don't know, walk of shame all the way back to the house with the bike. They could have put the bike in the trunk, but for some reason they didn't. They just took off. They put Anita in the front seat. He drove back. The kids jumped in the back of the van, and then after that they took off while the mother walks back to the house with the bike. It's such a, it's just uncomfortable, man. It's when you're looking at it on the screen. I mean, there's this episode has so many emotions in it, man, and that's what I love about it. Okay, this is gonna take a while. This is probably gonna take 2 more parts, but we're gonna try to break it down, man. Okay, so Anita has these flashbacks of an accident that occurred, and we find out a little bit more whenever the daughter of the wife whose husband bought Anita, she comes down while Anita's charging, and she attempts to download her information. And as she plugs her into this unsecure network and she downloads, you know, what's inside of Anita's head, there's a moment where Anita, she's letting the girl know, she's saying, listen, don't do this, because if you do download me incorrectly or place me on an unsecure server, then something might short circuit my, you know, my system. Well, as she's saying that, she's like, short circuit my, and then she stops talking. Then all of a sudden, she grabs out, she grabs this girl's wrist, grabs her by the wrist, and then she yells out, I'm here. Help me, help me. And she's saying it as a normal voice, like a human voice. And then after that, something happens to where the girl unplugs her from the unsecure server, and then Anita goes back to being Anita. I don't know what it means. I have no clue. But what I'm thinking is that, like I said before, I'm still going with my prediction as far as these companies are taking human beings that have been in accidents and they're turning them into this synthetic organism. That's what I'm going with, okay? And I think that's what happened. And then you get this flashback of her in the water, inside of a vehicle. So there's people that are trapped inside of a car. The car is sinking, and they're trying to escape out of there. That's what we get. The teenage daughter, she actually uploads this thing to this Headcrackers website, and that's all the information. And then now Anita's friends know where she's at. They know exactly where she's at as far as in the vicinity, and they're going to go track her down. They know that she's in London. Everything's good to go. Let me see. There was a murder last episode, and the murder was with, I forgot her name. I'm not even going to try to attempt to do her name, but she's another synth, and the synth has murdered someone, and the government is going to try to cover that up. What that leads to is that one of the investigators who has a wife that has some issues with her legs, she has a synth at home. He doesn't agree with the government trying to cover up the murder, so he ends up getting into an altercation with a news reporter. He gets fired, temporarily fired from his job, laid off. He goes home, and then that has a little bit of tension between him and the robot synth that is at home trying to take care of his wife. It's very strange, man. I don't think the synth is doing this on purpose, but I think the wife is doing it on purpose. But then again, I don't know either. But it's just one of those moments, once again, that gets uncomfortable. There is a moment between the wife who, she has issues with her legs. Now she's sitting there trying to, you know, I don't know, knead a pie with some dough. You know, she's trying to really get this dough working. And the synth comes up behind her, and they do this, I don't know, like this ghost moment off of the movie Ghost, you know what I'm saying, with Patrick Swayze and Whoopi Goldberg and Demi Moore. It's weird, man. But then the husband walks in, and oh man, it's just one of those moments that you're just like, oh man, please somebody stop this. Now, let me go back real quick, and we're going to talk for the next probably 2 minutes about Anita. Matter of fact, no. I'm actually going to stop here. We'll go to another one. I need to talk more about that. Right here, guys. Comment, like, subscribe, share this video, and go to part 2.